everyone. Welcome to the Savvy Cast. This is Jamie, and I'm thrilled that you're joining today, whether you're watching on YouTube or listening to the podcast. I am so excited today to have an influencer that I have followed for quite some time. I feel like she is a best friend. Every day I wake up, I see what she's styling, what she's wearing, what she's recommending. And I just could not be more thrilled that she's joining me today. But I have Tanya Foster of Tanya Foster Blog. Her Instagram is fabulous. Any midlife woman would benefit so much, as I do, from all the wonderful things she shares. So I would love to welcome to the SavvyCast Tanya Foster. Tanya, thank you so much for being with me today.
Jamie, the honor is mine. I'm thrilled. I feel like we know each other so well. I feel like we're just meant to be together.
I know. This is so wonderful. And I have got a million questions. And I want to start, though, with my icebreaker question for all guests. And it is, what would you choose as your last meal?
Oh, that's gonna be easy. It would be Pete Foster's Italian. He has his grandmother's sauce and meatball recipe that he does not share with anyone. And it's to die for. We make it for all big family meals, and that would be my last meal.
Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm all about that kind of meal. I love meatballs. Okay. Well, I want you to start by sharing about your family. And I do have a cute little story. You managed to get our husbands connected. Y'all are in Dallas, we're in Birmingham, but Zane was speaking there. And guys, Tanya, I guess, told Pete to go. And Zane told me he sort of got trapped into being there all day in all these meetings that where Zane was speaking. I'm like, oh my stars, that's a nightmare. And he said, he was so kind. But anyway, so Pete, Zane said he's delightful. You're delightful. But tell me about your family and what you do in your business and so forth.
Okay, so I'm married to Pete, and we've been blessed in our marriage for 32 years. We have 4 children total. Two came with Pete, so that was gift with purchase. So our precious Katie is our oldest, and then she's married, and those are our 3 grandchildren. They live in Austin, and then sweet Megan is his second daughter. She lives in LA, and we've got that LA connection too. So we've talked about that. And they have our precious fourth grandchild. And then our daughter Taylor is married, and she lives in LA. She is finishing her PhD at USC. That's where our little Jamie and I had a little fire connection during the
Yeah,
fires
those are the fires.
with sweet Emma and Taylor. And then PJ, are you
You're teaching at, she will teach at Pepperdine.
will teach at Pepperdine in the fall? She's gotten her position. And so they are staying in the area. So 3 girls. And then our last one, our fourth one, our baby is PJ, and he's the only boy in the family. And he's the only one we have in Dallas.
Oh my goodness. Okay. And you have two fur babies. Is that right? Just two?
4 total. So
Oh, okay.
2 cats and 2 dogs.
Okay, I see the cats all the time. I never see the dogs.
And no, they're older. So Sparky and Max are 2 Norfolk Terriers. And then we have Ruby Lou and Cheddar Biscuit, our little orange tabby cats.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well they are so adorable. But okay, Tanya, I was talking with my husband this morning and I've shared your feed with him. You are so sophisticated and in the know about fashion, but you're so real and relatable. And that's what I love. And that's what I think my followers love is just someone who is just the real deal. And you know what you know, and you love sharing it. And that's what I find in your account. And I just love it. So tell us, as a midlife influencer, how did you get started?
It's a funny story. So back in 2014, we were about to be empty nesters. PJ was leaving for college. And I thought to myself, that's kind of when everybody, these young girls in their 20s, and at the time, Jamie, we've shared this, everybody was a blogger, right? We all started as bloggers. That's what everybody did. But I found a lot of 20-year-olds, nothing wrong with that generation, but they were all talking about how they were styling things and everything was from Forever 21. And I thought, I think we're missing the mark here a little bit for my demographic. So I thought, I'm going to start a blog, but I'm going to talk about everything elevated at 40 plus and maybe more, a little more skewed luxury and like investment pieces and things that we want to know. And I was like a racehorse with blinders on. I didn't know what I didn't know. And I just went for it and just started. And I think that's kind of what you have to do in this industry. You just start somewhere, just start writing. I met with a gal who was a PR person who was a friend of mine. And I had coffee with her and picked her brain. She said, I think that's great. I think you definitely should. That's missing in the marketplace. But stick several things you need to do. Stick true to who you are. So don't start talking about what 20-year-olds are styling because you're not. And then find other things to talk about other than yourself. Keep it a first person story. So don't then all of a sudden go off on some tangent about some trip you did not take. And so I would make notes every time I took somebody to coffee. And she introduced me to somebody, Lindsay Eaton, who's a dear friend of mine, who was a attorney, but also started blogging and had just moved to Dallas. And I took her to coffee and lunch. And I still have all these notes, Jamie, in a notebook, handwritten. And I would just take her to lunch and pick her brain. And she would write things. She was like, make sure your SEO is good. I didn't even know what SEO meant, but I wrote it down. Make sure you are speaking organically and that you're not promoting brands that you would not spend your hard earned money to buy and
Right.
therefore expect other people to buy. And I was like, okay. And then she said, you will not catch a brand's attention or get paid by anyone for a solid year. And for some reason, that wasn't daunting to me.
Mhm.
And I said, okay. And so she was right. I wrote for a solid year. And some of those early blog posts are horrible. They're like about
Oh
my
my
favorite
goodness. Yeah.
candle scent. And I speak about one candle, a whole blog post about one candle. I'm like, wow, wow. I'm surprised anybody onboarded for that. And I just kept plugging away. And you know what? Hard work does pay off. And
Yeah.
eventually I started getting gifted products. And I think, well, Jamie, I think the first gifted product was a free lipstick. And I thought I had made it. I'm like, I have arrived. I got a free lipstick. And then from there it went on. And I thought, well, I wonder if I could charge somebody for this. And I did. And it just evolved to what it is today. But I just took it was just like I just went for it.
Okay, well, you have such a wonderful sense of style. Where did that come from? Were you always interested in clothing and fashion, or how did that happen?
I think I was always that gal that cared about. I come from a time where you got dressed up to go to high school every day. So every day I would chart it out and put Monday through Friday and write down what the outfit was going to be so that I didn't repeat. And then every day I would do my hair and every day I would do my makeup because that's just how I grew up and that's the time frame in which I grew up. I went to high school and college all in the 80s and that was important back then. And, so I think that just is who I was always. And then as a stay-at-home mom, I was always put together for everything I went to. It might have been a tennis outfit, but it was a pulled together tennis outfit with a cute little sweater wrapped around my shoulders and like all
Right.
animated. And then that just kind of parlayed into the blog, which then, of course, as you know, in your journey became much more about social media, video content. It's kind of really reversed. The blog used to push you towards social media. Now the social media pushes you towards the blog
Yeah.
and whatever else, YouTube, whatever else you have, the podcast. And so I think it just evolved. When I started, Jamie, it was me, myself, and I. I wrote 5 days a week, all by myself, had the pictures taken, uploaded it, tagged them, put it in, described it, did it. Then you evolve to, I can't do this by myself anymore. And I have darling Laura Pearson, who's my assistant and really my coworker. She's been with me, oh gosh, over 5 years. She's just my steadfast person that does it all and then it evolves into, brand collaborations and things. Here we are.
Well, a midlife influencer, in my opinion, as one, we're sort of a rare breed. And even though there are others, they're all sort of, I think, have their own niche. Your niche to me, well, describe your niche or your particular, what do you offer that's uniquely Tanya Foster?
I would say I describe myself as a lifestyle influencer and blogger who covers lifestyle, travel, fashion, and beauty. Beauty being makeup, skincare, aesthetic procedures, anything like that. And then what I learned to do that really kind of where I honed my skill was to weave it together. So, what to pack for the trip, which is fashion and travel, what
Mhm.
skincare to pack and take with you for what climate you're going to, so then I just weave it all together. And that's what really works. And that's really Honestly, I've told all my friends this and I've told other influencers this. If you can answer the question that they're thinking in their head before they get it out, you're doing your job. For example, I used to get this question all the time. Can you wear white jeans year round? Well, of course you can. You just need to style them for winter, spring, summer, or fall. But people don't know how to. Therefore, it's a question that they have all the time. So as long as you are communicating how to do that, the answer is yes. But the answer can't just be yes. You got to show them how to.
You're educating and you're training. I have learned so much from watching you, and I have tried to up my style a little bit.
You
And
did a great job.
well, not, I don't know, but Zane and I were conversing about this because he knew this morning that you were going to be on. And he told me to ask you this, and you are, I mean, in Dallas, y'all are very forward thinking, fashion forward, so forth. And here in Birmingham, I mean, we're great as well. But Zane said that he has friends who sometimes remark that they wish their wives would dress up a little more. And I could fall into that camp too because I pretty much am an athleta running around town looking disheveled. I'm trying to work on that. But do you find that a lot of women just for whatever reason just don't care about clothing, about their attire? And why do you think that that's not a good thing?
I don't think it's necessarily that they don't care, Jamie. I think what has happened is we have watered down to it being acceptable. Back in the day, you would never go to a PTA meeting or meet the teacher or any school event looking disheveled in your workout clothes. But that has become acceptable. And so I think what has to happen there is listen, I'm all about good athleisure wear and workout clothes, but I want them matching. I want them to fit well, and I want them to cover my rear end when I go to the grocery store. And I want the look pulled together. And I probably will be in a ponytail and maybe a baseball cap, but it's going to be cute.
Yeah.
So I think that's where the caring comes in.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and I think you're right. I think in our culture, even going to church, you would not know you're at church. And some places, it's like, oh my goodness, you know,
Yes.
modesty sometimes goes out the door. And I do think there's something to be said for just being classy. And I love that you said covering your rear because
Yeah.
that I think is important. Tanya, tell us what a typical day is like. And I know you work beyond Monday through Friday, but what's a typical work day?
No 2 days are alike. I work 24/7. I don't shut off. But Pete and I are both very A type, so that works for us. he- and I really thrive when I work. I just am one of those people, and I learned this comment or this saying a long time ago in the Junior League of Dallas. When people say their plate is full, some people have a teacup saucer and some people have a turkey platter. I have a turkey platter. You have a turkey platter. You like your day full. You like to do a lot. You like to be busy. I don't sit idle very well. I'm just that type. I'm wired that way. So I like to work all the time. But again, no, today I'm doing a podcast with you. I'm about to shoot content about a design collection I did, and I need to get that teed up. So I need to go ahead and shoot it today so we can roll it out on time. I mean, I certainly have easy days and spare time. Some days I'm writing a blog post or I'm proofing a blog post. Some days I'm thinking, what is the social media post on Monday? What did I agree to do? What's the editorial calendar look like? So every day is different. And that's what I love about it. And I love working for myself. I've certainly worked for others. I was a stay at home mom for the longest part of
Mm,
my adulthood, probably, or journey in working life, which is one of the most rewarding yet hardest jobs you have. No
yeah.
days off on that one. And it never ends. But I really thrive in the environment of productivity. That's where I do best.
Yep. And you're certainly in the right role. Okay, Tanya, tell me, and you've got grandchildren, so you're a grandmother, so you are so active. What I'm intrigued by is how you always look pulled together. And being pulled together, like you've just described, you can look pulled together in your athleisure, pulled together in your, PTA clothing or whatever. What are some of your best tips for us women for looking pulled together no matter what we're wearing? Are there some key pieces, wardrobe pieces, staples that help you look pulled together?
I think the key to that, Jamie, is knowing your personal style. And because you can look pulled together in a great pair of jeans and a cute little shirt with a sweatshirt over it. That can be pulled together. Did you style it correctly? Do you know your proportions? Then, having your hair washed and done and putting on some good skincare and a little bit of makeup will go a long way.
Uh,
I happen to love skincare and makeup, so I like to do it every day. I know some people don't, but like even putting mascara on and a little bit of lip gloss is a pulled together look because you can run to the grocery store. Accessorize if you can. I'm very basic about jewelry, but some people really love to accessorize. But here's where I learned a lot about myself during the 2020. I hate calling it the C word. During
About
that,
the butt downs. Mhm.
yes, the shutdown. It took a mental toll on me when we did that. And I've learned I don't isolate well. And I really tried one day just to stay in my pajamas. That was a thing. And I was so depressed, Jamie. I was like, I never got it together and I don't feel together. So for me, I've got to do it every day, even if I have nowhere to go. I like to just get ready.
Yeah.
I think that's huge. It's an effort.
I love that. I have been trying to implement that, getting up, putting on makeup, and just putting something decent on. Even if I don't see anyone, I feel better and I act differently, even within my home and my workspace.
I'm the same. And then I think also if anybody were to last minute call you and say, hey, you got time for lunch? You're ready to go. Of course I do. Love to see you. Let's go.
Oh, oh, I love that. Okay, Tanya, tell us some of your number one tips for midlife women and just looking our best.
Well, number one, caring, I think is huge. Number two, have a great dermatologist and an aesthetic doctor. I have two amazing people here in Dallas that are very forward thinking, knew about all the injectables, lasers, and all that way ahead of they're both women. I think that's huge. Then I really have honed in on I've already lost both my parents, and so because of that, I became very aware of, health and, like, testing and blood work and where are your numbers, and you should really kinda be in check about that all the time because, just because you're look in shape and look on the thinner side does not mean internally things are good. So I'm become very aware of that, especially in the last 5 years since I've lost them. And I think that is huge.
Mm.
And then, just keeping up with I mean, listen, at this age, the daily, what do I call that? Just the hair color and the cut and getting something zapped off somewhere and all the maintenance. The maintenance is a lot, but it's like a good car. A good car runs well when it's well maintained, right? You don't want to wait till it breaks down.
And Tanya, and it's funny, but it's true. Number one, if number one, caring is not there, you will never go through what the money, the time, the effort to keep the hair, the skin, the nails, I mean, you have to care because it's work. And the older you get, the more work it is. I have definitely fallen behind in the wardrobe arena. I'm always going to typically have the skincare, and I'm big on the dermatologist. I'm actually seeing your dermatologist in a few weeks. I love that you share. And guys, anyone watching or listening, Tanya shares everything. She's like I am. She just wants to share. But you've shared about your hair experience. I would love to see that professional as well. You share your skin, your all of the procedures you do. But as far as wardrobe, if you had to, without looking in anyone's closet, you don't know what they have, what would you say you absolutely must have these things in your closet? And then you will have the foundation for a wonderful, versatile wardrobe, the foundation.
Foundation, key pieces, a great pair of black slacks, not jeans, slacks. So something that's very good fitting that you can put on with a blouse, a heel, or a cute little Chanel flat and a t-shirt.
Okay. Now, when you say slacks, what maybe give us a brand or an
Okay.
example?
like a Lafayette 148. I call those slacks because they're not a jean. They're more of a
Okay.
like a almost like a knit pant.
Okay.
That's very, got a side zip, really well fitting. Looks great with a little Chanel flat, but also will look good with a heel. I very good. I have must probably have 10 in my wardrobe. White button down blouse, shirt, cotton, peplum, stiff. Can flip the collar if you want to, can dress it up, you can dress it down. Great white t-shirts with a crew neck. Good dresses that fit your body type. We can talk a little bit more about that. That really fit you well, that are not listen, we all love those good little tucker neck dresses that are really loose and cute and above the knee and easy. But
Mhm.
you also need some good, what I call professional dresses in case you need to go to a funeral, you need to go to a wedding, you need to go to a baby shower.
Mm.
You need to really be pulled together. You need to know your body type. Do you like to show your arms? Do you not like to show your arms? And what are you going to do about that? Do you always wear a sleeve? Do you have a jacket to cover that in case you don't want to show your arms? Do you have something above the knee? Do you have something below the knee? You need both.
Mm.
Shoes play into that. I always say invest in great shoes, outerwear, jewelry, accessories, handbags, because those are staples, whereas
Mhm.
the rest can come and go and flow. I mean, you need updated jeans, obviously.
Mm.
Uh, and so have core great jeans that fit your body type. I'm not even going to mention a brand because if I say buy the whatever from Veronica Beard or Frame, maybe those don't fit you well. I'm very high waisted and all legs. So I have to really find the jean that fits that body type well.
Mm. Okay. That's wonderful. What are some of your favorite clothing brands that you feel have clothing that almost any woman of any body type could wear? Just some
I
brands
think
that them.
brands. Okay. Well, those cute little dresses that you want to wear on vacation, anything from Tucker Pack. Tucker Nut is such a great brand to work with. They have everything. They have brands and then they have the Tucker Neck brand. There's
Mhm.
a group called Avara that does the same thing, that basically everything's under $100 and so easy to shop. They have brands and then they have Avara. There's a great brand that you and I are going to talk about called Ming Wang that is sold at numerous retailers. It has the most incredible, yummy knit. And what I love about their knit is it doesn't grow on the hanger. Do you know what I'm saying? Like your sweater doesn't grow longer. It
Mhm.
maintains its shape because of the way they knit. There's I think Veronica Beard is great if you want that great jacket that has a dicky that you can insert or take out. Gosh, that you caught me. I mean, there's so many
What's
brands.
your favorite athleisure?
I love a good Lululemon. I also love, I love this yummy brand called Varley. I wear it a lot.
Oh,
I don't necessarily work out in it, but it's what I wear after I work out because they're good quality pieces. I mean, obviously Spanx makes a very good athleisure as well, holds its shape well. I don't mind investing in great brands. I want it to last and I want it to hold its shape and I want it to wash well.
mhm.
Nobody has time to worry about all those things you got to do to keep things in shape.
Right. So we mentioned body type. What is the best way for someone maybe who's saying, okay, I really want to get a good wardrobe, dressed and look my best? How do you start defining your body type? I mean, is it best to consult with a personal stylist or is it just what you feel like you look best in?
Okay, so if you have time to have a personal stylist, even I have somebody who can come to my closet and be like, Tanya, when was the last time you wore that? Because sometimes you need another set of eyes to come look.
Right.
Right?
Mhm.
She doesn't style me per se, but she'll come clean out my closet, or I'll say I'm going to Europe for 2 weeks. I don't even know. Like, do I have enough? Do I not have enough? She's like, you need to do this, that, and the other. And so I do have her, but if you don't, I would say the number one thing you can do for yourself is anytime you're out with girlfriends or with your husband on a date or your significant other or on a date or whatever, or you've been somewhere, if you're getting complimented on what you're wearing, make note. Make a mental note. What color do you have on? What shape were you wearing? What outfit do you have on? Make it, you will not remember it. So make a note. Good day. All this days when somebody
That's
goes,
great.
your hair looks fantastic. Right. What did you just get a color? Did you just get it cut? Did you just get a blowout? There's a reason.
Okay, that is a great tip. So Are there any, because you are in the forefront, I saw that this week you did a live for Chico's.
That's a brand for a long time. That's another great brand. They have great basics. They have great travel clothes. They have great things for all body shapes.
Right, right. Are there any, now we're in 2025, we're in February, so things are kicking off. Are there any, what are some trends that you see coming? And are you on board or do you let them just come and go?
So here's how I feel about trends. I think it's more important to stick to your own values about what's important to you. For me, I'm a classic style because I'm a classic gal. I know this about me. I like print, but I don't like too much print. And sometimes people don't understand what I mean by this. Print can wear me instead of me wearing the print. So if I get too bold in print, it's like, hello, what happened here? That's not your style at all. I have to almost like maybe wear a print blouse. It's a smaller print with a solid pant instead of
Mhm.
something big and bold. Like if I, for example, if I try to wear Missoni, Missoni's wearing me. Does that make sense? It's not my best look. So I think once you know that about yourself, then let a trend weave in here and there. For example, a short cropped jacket, I have to be real careful with that because I'm so high waisted.
Mhm. And you're tall.
And I'm tall and I'm all legs. So it can look like the jacket's like literally underneath my bust line.
Right.
Be real careful with that. Again, that goes back to proportions and knowing your body. And I
Mm,
think if you can, here's a tip. If you're trying on clothes in a dressing room, which the lighting's horrendous, number one, let's just say that.
yeah, yeah, it is.
Take a picture, take a selfie in the mirror. Take a picture of you in the mirror and then look at that picture and go, does that look good?
That is a great tip.
That's a way to remove yourself from just looking in the mirror.
Mhm. Yeah,
I don't
it's me. I never feel like I look good in a mirror in a dressing room, like never.
It's the lighting. I'm 100% can tell you, it's the lighting. I mean, it's horrible.
Well,
You wanna go through a horrible experience, go try on a swimsuit in a dressing room.
oh, yeah, that's horrible too. So, is okay, on that note, because it's soon to be warm weather, and I saw y'all were just in the Bahamas and all of your clothing was beautiful.
Thank
What
you.
do you think is one of the best brands of swimwear for midlife women that's flattering, modest, but still chic?
I think Hansa G is, like, by far one of my favorite brands. I didn't get it at first. I'm like, "I don't understand how one swimsuit can fit all, but okay, I'll try." Their one pieces are divine. I
Okay,
have
Hunza G,
mm,
Huncag. I
uh,
just learned about them through you, and I'm gonna look. So what's great about them?
they're just oh gosh, I wish I had it to show you. It's like a crinkle material, and it expands or it shrinks in depending on your body.
Ooh, okay.
And I have one, I have it in this beautiful bubblegum pink, and I have a bikini of theirs when I wanna wear a bikini. It just it holds my one piece is 5 years old.
Oh
It
my
looks
god.
brand new. They're expensive, but well worth the money. So that's an investment
Yes.
swimwear. I'm sure there's many other brands that are good at, like, shaping and lifting and doing and all the things, but that's just one I gravitate towards.
Mhm.
Now, it doesn't have a lot of support. There's no underwire, there's no lifting going on or any of that.
Right.
But it's comfortable and I like it.
Right. What about accessories? If you had to have 3 accessories and everything else is gonna be blown away in a storm, what would you keep? And it
Your wedding ring, your daily jewelry. I have for my daily my studs, my wedding ring, my other ring, and then a great watch. I am a minimalist with jewelry and accessories. For one reason, look at my you really can't see my earrings. So I don't really invest a lot of time in hoops and all that stuff because I'm like, why? You're not going to see them. And unless I really intentionally pull my hair back and have a statement earring that goes with what I am wearing and it's part of what I'm doing,
Right.
I very rarely invest in other earrings. I love to stack my bracelets. I didn't today because I didn't want to jingle and bangle, but I love to stack them heavily on one arm. That's kind of a thing I like to do. I think that Julie Voss makes some good pieces. I think that there's some good brands that are in kind of that range.
Mhm.
Jenny Bird is good. There's a great company called Nest Jewelry that does some beautiful pieces that
Mhm.
I invest in for things like that.
Yes. Okay, well, I would like for you to tell us about something that is about to roll out. By the time this podcast releases, it probably will be online and in stores. Tell us about the clothing line that is Tanya Foster.
Oh, it's so exciting. So this is a true design collaboration. I've partnered with brands before, but this was from turnkey from the very beginning. We started a year ago with a company called Ming Wang Knits. They are a fabulous brand, as Jamie has become to know them as well, that make very good quality pieces. Again, the knits don't grow in the hanger. They will last you a long time. They're cut very well. And they just make a lot of pieces that work back with each other very well, but work back with what you already have as well. They came to me and said, would you do a design collaboration with us? And then it will sell at Dillard's, Nordstrom, Von Maur, and on mingwang.com. I was like, absolutely, but it's got to be mine. I want to design. By design, I worked with their head designer, Jody Lau, and Ming Wang. There's a person named Ming Wang to come up with a capsule collection. It's 19 pieces behind me, and I have one on. And then we did several pieces in several colors. And I didn't start with a blank piece of paper, Jamie, because I'm not good at pencil to paper starting. I'm good at show me a dress and I can tell you what we need to fix on it because my followers always tell me what they like and don't like. And so do my blog subscribers. So I can tell you, for example, on this dress that I have on,
Can you stand up? Because our YouTube people would love to see that.
I'll show you one. I'll show you the one I have on, but let me show you this part right here. See this policy? I don't like a bra issue. I don't want my bra hanging out because it's cut too deep. So we put this little panel in.
That is genius. And that dress is on its way to my house.
Oh, I can't wait to see it on you.
Beautiful. Okay.
We also did it in black, and we were very intentional about the buttons and about the pockets, and we're just and all of the dresses. It comes in black, white, and green. We put the privacy panel in all of them.
I
Out
love that.
a
And
lot of
the buttons, are those mother of pearl?
Their mother of pearl, yes.
Oh,
Because I'll get, and the decision was, do you put a black button on? Do you put a white button on? I'm like, no, I want something a little bit more elevated. I want a little elevated button. So
I'll
I'm
be
good.
getting black as well. I'll be getting all those. Everyone, just FYI, you probably already know, all of this will be linked in the show notes, all of these beautiful dresses. And let me just tell you, what you have on and the two other colors, I mean, I'm all about it. But show us some of the others. Or
You're okay. So I find that, listen, why I think it's great to go to a very high end couture design store. I don't necessarily want to drop that kind of cash. So I found that this is a Ming Wang net. This is what I'm talking about, the net. I would like to look like that. I did a jacket and a skirt,
that's beautiful.
but I have a blouse that goes back with it. It's just this yummy green and white and taupe sandstone woven together. But I thought to myself, I don't necessarily want to wear this like a suit every day. It's great for church or a little,
Right.
still thing I need to go to. I did a fantastic blouse back with it. I'll show it to you. With a little bit of ruffle hanging out. So the little details. So under the jacket, it's really good. But I will wear the jacket with the blouse and a pair of jeans.
That's lovely. And
I want it to be multi-purpose. I want it to work back with what I already had. And I want it at a price point that people can afford, but I want it to last because I don't want it to be one and done. I want this to last in your wardrobe. I did a similar thing. We did a little detail on the collar, and this is below the knee. And then I did a jacket back with it for that gal that does not like to show her arm.
that is lovely. Lovely.
So what I did, and I'll just kind of go through my philosophy and how we started the design process a year ago, is I thought really long and hard before I said yes to this because when I say yes, I'm all in. And this is what I wanted to do with Ming Wang, who's already a great brand and already has fantastic things, and as you know.
Right.
But I wanted to design enough things, but not too many, because you don't want to get the consumer analysis paralysis. And what I mean by that is it's so overwhelming they don't know what to pick.
Right. Right.
So you want to have enough things, a little bit of something for everybody, but not too many things. And then what I did is I evaluated the blind spots in the brand's core collection or what I saw a year ago.
Mhm.
And I thought, okay, yeah, I like the knits. I like what you're doing. but let's keep it classic. Let's keep it to like what I would wear, what people want. Like they want a great blouse, but like we did this kind of jacket and this is a deco crepe, but I wanted a fantastic blouse to go back with it because I like a good pop of something. So I wanted a little
Oh, I
ruffle.
love that.
I would also wear this with a jean and put the deco crepe jacket over my shoulders and not put this jacket on. So chic, right?
Right, see, I learned something. I think I saw you do that the other day. I have always known you could put a sweater over your shoulders. Tanya, I didn't know you could do the same with a jacket. Thank you for sharing that on your feed. That's
Yes.
didn't know
And
that.
and then anytime you do a design collaboration and you play into this, Jamie, have amazing friends that will support you.
Yeah.
And so that I call that the octopus theory. So you are the octopus. An octopus has 8 legs. You need all these legs supporting you and reaching out to their sphere of influence.
Mm.
And I have great friends and I have great people that are working with me and then be here for the long haul. So you can't just one and done with a brand. It's got to be a brand you believe in, a brand that you were already wearing, a brand that you would support beyond doing the design collection. So I'm very proud of it. I hope it does well. I think it will. But I hope I that helps you a little bit into what was in my mind when we started a year ago. And so Jody would sketch what I would say, and then we went through 3 rounds of samples and kept, at it and kept cutting. There were some things we cut out of the line. I was like, that's just not working. It's not meeting the needs. Why do we need this shirt? We don't need that many shirts.
Right.
Uh, and then we wound up with this.
So that is that's your baby. That
Yes,
is
Tanya Foster times Ming
uh,
Wang. You will see, no matter what retailer you go into, is my little tag. And then my
okay,
little
Tanya,
it's
how's
just
the sizing on that for those who plan to order? Because and I've already ordered mine. It should okay, that's beautiful. I'm thinking
that's
that
the knit dress. Yeah. So I find as a whole that Ming Wang overall as a brand runs large.
uh,
I order all things Ming Wang extra small, and I've never been an extra small in my entire life. Not a problem in elementary school. I wasn't, I can't. So I order extra small, whereas I'm typically in any other brand, a small or size
yeah,
4.
yes.
I'm extra small in Ming Wang. Now they are very
Say it on the website too.
yeah, they're very good at describing on the website and on the retailer website. So they even have extra small. Now they're very size inclusive. So you're on the other end, you're going to get, and they even have plus sizing, and they're also
Right.
got some things in petite. So you just need to look at their grid and see where you would fall. But
Mhm.
typically, I would say you're going to be a size smaller than you think you are.
Yes,
That makes
and
sense.
like you and I have different body. You're tall and slender, and I'm 5'4", but I will fall off of most people who typically are a small, so size down. Now, in your collection, and it's such a beautiful green. Is green the color of the season?
You know what's so funny about this? So when I started a year ago, I had this question. I'm like, when everybody says this will relate back to the movie The Devil Wears Prada. In the scene where they're picking belts and Anne Hathaway's character laughs because she's like, they're all the same. And, Meryl Streep's character is like, well, that's what you would think because you bought your sweater from Target. But did you indeed know that this cerulean blue that you are wearing was handpicked for you 4 seasons ago? I'm just
Mm,
making this up.
yeah.
When it was on the runway shown at Marc Jacobs. This is so true. What happens on the runway trickles down, and there's a service, and I don't know the name of it, Jamie. I'm so sorry, I forgot, but they explained this to me when I first started meeting with Ming Wei. It's a collective service that takes like every runway show and says, we're seeing a lot of cerulean blue. Cerulean blue is going to be the color of spring 2025. Well, they were seeing a lot of this.
Now,
That's
okay,
this
what
became
is
the
that
color.
that you have on that's on its way to my house? What color is that?
Oh, I don't know what we call it. I call it like a green, but I don't know what we officially called it. I'm so sorry. I should know that.
No, I love it though. It's not, and I hope everybody will look. And I'm
It's a
just,
beautiful green.
it is a beautiful green, and I'm just gonna be frank. It looks better in person. I mean, I liked it when I ordered it,
Yeah,
but
it's
it looks very better. Your lighting is so much better. But I just want to give it a name because I've not seen a green like that. It's
well, It has a name, and I should know that. I don't know which.
Okay, and
That's how you up. Because I was like, is that really the color? You know, when they come out with the Pantone color of the year,
yes, yes.
there's a reason for that. They are
Right.
taking, Zane would be better explaining this than I am. They're taking everything and aggregating all the data. And then the data shows that these colors are going to be what is trending. And you take that information and then you take that color and you weave it back into your collection. Because one of the things that was super important to me, Jamie, when I designed this is this has to work with each other and work with things you have. I don't like standalone pieces. It's got to work back with what I have. You've got to be able to um, maximize what you already have in your wardrobe.
So it trickles backwards in a way.
Well, yeah, what you might have been shown last spring, you're going to wind up seeing it this spring.
Got it. Okay.
That makes sense.
Yep, that makes sense. That makes
'Cause I was like, who comes up with what the trend is? Is somebody just like throwing a dart at a dartboard and they're like, no, here's how it happens. And I found that explanation fascinating.
mm. Okay. Well, one thing also that I love about the dress that you have on, and I want to ask you to stand up because I know I did not prep you to model on, this morning, but the details. I'm telling you, the mother of pearl buttons are just a touch that I love. They're just wonderful. I have to ask you, and I know you've got things after this, but I want to ask you, where do you see Tanya Foster in 5 years? Where would you like to be?
Oh, I love and hate this question, Jamie. I when I started, I listen, I felt like a dinosaur in the industry. In 2014, when all these little young things were running around and being cute, wearing peplum tots and statement necklaces and skinny jeans, uh, it's far exceeded what I thought it would be and do. I look at it like I am riding the wave and I'll ride the wave as long as I can.
Mm.
Pete and I have a lovely empty nester life. We love to travel. We love to do things. He runs a company. And it's fun for me. And as long as it continues to be fun and I feel like I give value, I will continue to do that. If I burn out and I'm like, okay, here's what I have on today, I need to stop because that's not fun for anybody. That's not fun for me. That's not fun for you to watch.
Right. Well, I just love watching you. I love that you share the things that we might face or have faced frozen shoulder. And you
Oh
lead
my
all in
gosh.
and I mean, that's another thing I want to
Yes.
I'm watching, listening. We're going to get to with our husbands have dinner soon, and there are a million things I want to ask. You've shared your hair journey. My hair is one of my Achilles heel. I have extensions, and you have shared your hair journey, hair growth journey. I love that you're so on it because I mean, your hair's beautiful.
Thank you. It's been a journey, Jamie, and I think you've listened to me about this, and this could be a whole different show if you want it. But just real quickly, when my mom died tragically in the hospital in front of me in 2018, and our daughter had just gotten married, so we had it. In hindsight, it all makes sense, right? It was a big year. My
Mhm.
hair started falling out and getting really thin, and one day I was like, "Why do I have 5 hair down here? I don't what." So then I just cut it all off, but it was never growing, and then I went up putting extensions in, and I got so worried, and I've had massive hair my entire life, like always, big, massive hair, and I finally went to see a hair specialist who did a hair analysis, and he's like, "Okay, let's talk about this. Hair grows from inside. Hair grows from what's going on in your life. Healthy hair grows half an inch a month. So at best, 6 inches a year if it's healthy and nurtured. Because you've been through planning a wedding, your mother tragically dying, taking care of your dad, let's talk about your hereditary. Let's talk about your hormones. Where are you in that journey? Let's talk about your daily health. Where are you in that journey? It was a lot of H's. And when he framed it to me that way, I was like, oh, this makes perfect. He goes, you're having hair shedding from trauma. He goes, a lot of people get migraine headaches. A lot of people get ulcers. He goes, you're showing it in hair shedding. And I was like, made perfect sense then. Well, then I got on a healthy hair journey and grew it all back on my own. Not quickly, not quickly, not quickly. It takes a while. And I'm an open book. I don't gatekeep anything. What you see is what you get with me. So I'm happy to
Love that. I love that because I think a lot of us as midlife women, we think the same way. We're not ashamed to talk about, hey, I might get an injection, I might do this and this. Tanya, other than Tanya Foster blog and your Instagram, are there any other ways people can connect with you, follow along, learn more, reach out?
I am Tanya Foster blog on all social media.
Okay.
And the probably most active one I'm on is Instagram. And I say Real Tanya lives in Instagram stories. So if you really want to know what's going on in my life, you're watching Instagram stories. I am the only one in my Instagram. I am answering you. It is me because it's my name. And then tanyafoster.com is the blog, and we still blog. Well, I know,
Yeah.
but it's such a, in that blog, new blog post sends out a newsletter to you that there's a new post and here's what we're doing. And I find that the people my age really like the blog. They still like to get that information. They still listen. A lot of bloggers abandoned their blogs and now they're going back to it.
Right.
Like, uh-oh.
Because I think they understand now because of what happened with TikTok. You can lose everything if all of your eggs are in the Instagram basket. You don't own that.
You don't
Does
know.
content can disappear. So having a blog, as we know, it is a gift and it's a way we can always share with our followers, no matter what happens in the social media world.
Exactly. 100%. I agree with you. And also, I look at the blog like it's the long form. I can tell you more. I can show you more pictures. I can get more descriptive. I can answer questions and you can leave me a question. I can answer it for you. It emails me if you have a question. So that you can always find me on the blog. Whereas again, if I'm going to Dr. McAnally and getting an injectable and then you ask me about it 2 months later, I'm like, what? I don't remember. I mean, it's not that I don't want to answer you. I literally don't remember what
I know, I'm the same way, yeah. And
yeah.
I do have to end by asking, because anyone who follows you or will, they'll see you've had frozen shoulder. Are you better?
I'm getting better. And, this is where DMs have been so hugely helpful because, Jamie, when I first did it, and I know you've got one too, I was like, what is wrong with me? I had gone to my chiropractor. I had done, and I was like, and I think I did it by, I work out with a trainer and then I come home to shower and I quickly pull my jog bra over my head or my sports bra. Over my head and I got stuck. I got stuck just like this. And, by then Pete's gone. I'm here by myself. And I thought, oh, can I find some scissors? And then if I can I cut myself out of this sports bra? So I sat
Okay,
down.
you literally got okay, and for
I
those
got stuck. I couldn't get it over my head. I got because I was sweaty and I was hot. So I got stuck like this. And then I thought, oh, okay, 1, 2, 3, just pull it. And I pulled real hard and I heard it pop. So I thought it was a torn rotator cuff. I was like, oh no, I'm going to have surgery. This is going to be horrible. I don't have time for this. And so as I went along, I saw a great orthopedic surgeon. He's like, you've got frozen shoulder. I can tell you from my strength test and everything he did. He's like, well, you're just going to have to PT that. I'm going to give you a cortisone injection so you can move it. He goes, it's like the ball and the socket are stuck because it's holding on too tight. He goes, you just got to loosen it up and get it going again. And you got to move. You got to move your shoulder. I'm like, I've been so much pain. I think I think my arm's going to pop off my shoulder. He's like, it's not going to. You got to get it moving. So he gave me the cortisone injection so I could move and get through the PT session. Then I started working out again. It's better. I would say I'm 85 to 90% there. I'm a side sleeper, so that doesn't help. You turn over and you're like, ow. But it's far better than it was. I don't know how yours happened or what you experienced at the beginning.
well, I don't know if mine's literally a frozen shoulder, but when I've been following along with your journey, and I thought I may have frozen shoulder because all of my PT, it's gotten it better, but it's not so I have not had the definitive diagnosis, but I am a side sleeper, and I wake up and it's like, "Oh, it's sore." So I'm going to dig deeper now that you've shared that, and again, I love that you're sharing the reality. Midlife, it's wonderful. We love empty nest too. We can't wait for the grandchildren, but it's wonderful. But midlife also, you start feeling it physically, and it's.
Do you want to hear one of the things I discovered through my fantastic followers who, are sharing the frozen shoulder with? They're like, oh, newsflash. Here's a tip. They actually gave me a link. Frozen shoulders tied to menopause.
No way.
Yes. it's tied to hormones and hormone loss and getting your hormones balanced. And I'm like, what does one have to do to the other? I wound up asking my doctor. He's like, yep, I can see that correlation because of estrogen loss. And I was like, light bulb? Like, when was there anybody going to put this all together? Why aren't we talking about it?
Are you doing any, and we can cut this off if you don't want to share, do you do hormone replacement?
I do all hormone replacement. I do all three.
Okay.
So I'm balanced. So I know it's not due to a deficiency somewhere. And he's like, but let's recheck and make sure you are balanced.
Yeah.
But who would have known? I would have known.
Wow. Well, menopause brings a lot. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
Well, and it though, yeah, exactly. That's a whole nother show, Jamie.
A whole nother show. Well, Tanya, I know you've got so many more things to do, so I will let you go for now, but we'll definitely circle back. And everyone, she's a must follow. Tanya Foster blog and her Instagram. And Tanya, I'm so grateful to now be able to call you friend. And I look forward to seeing you and Pete in a few weeks.
The honor is mine, and we too, Pete and I look forward to seeing you and meeting you in real person. I can't wait to give you a big old hug.
Oh, same here. And to all watching and listening, until next time, you have a fabulous rest of your day. Hi, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Savvy Cast. If you'll take the time to rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes, that would mean so much. As always, thank you for listening and have a blessed day.